Are you ready for something really cool in the mini scale world? I have something very special for you guys today. Remember when we got the announcement for the Axial SCX30? Really cool cars in 1/30th scale, and I did a little review here. Unfortunately, the model is not yet available because I think December is when they were getting production, maybe a little delayed. But man, what a vehicle, $99, and it's one of their best work in the mini scale ever. It's more fascinating than the SCX24. But really, my partner and I, Randy, it really opened up his eyes because he said, oh my God, something is going on. It's going to open up the whole world of model cars for this scale, because there's a lot of model cars out there that are 125th scale, 1/30th scale, where the wheelbase is about the same. All right, so we are going to show you this project, and it's going to blow you away. Because remember this car, the Red Cat Scout International Harvester Scout 2? Pretty cool, right? It's kind of revolutionary. It's just kind of a hodgepodge right now on a different chassis, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. And here is the 1/30th scale. And guess what Randy was able to do for us? He got a vehicle right here. Boom! Look at that. Different scale. So that is a 1/25th scale vehicle from AMT, and I'm going to show you guys the setup right here. It is, so there's a whole bevy of these manufacturers that make scale model cars, and this is a hard body, very detailed, different companies from different countries. This one is from AMT, an American company. There's a bunch of others. I'll give you guys a list of about 20. Revell and Monogram and all these guys from Japan and Italy. So, but he just happened to find this one. And the trick is that these small cars, they're so true to scale that their wheelbase always changes. It's not just fixed to, 12.3 inches like we do on these vehicles, and we just mess up the vehicle. They really want to be true to scale. So the SCX30 box stock, $99, has a wheelbase of about 100 millimeters, and he got close on this Scout 2 project. It is, maybe 105 millimeters. You just had to trim the wheel wells. Quick break to tell you about a product you might not know exists, because it is so cool. You know what the worst part is about these mini crawlers? It's these mini chargers. They suck so bad. It is so awful because they're so slow. They don't tell you anything. It's very limiting. And I have like 5 very fancy chargers. None of them can charge these little batteries because the plugs are so small. Okay, so Spectrum told me about this new product. It's the Spectrum S220 charger, and it is the most universal charger I've ever seen because it only works off the balance port. It is for 2S and 3S batteries, and most of these mini cars do 2S. So all you need to do is as long as you have a balance plug on your battery, you're good to go. And it says, okay. And you can select, it's a 20-watt charger, two channel. You can select 5, 10, 15, or 20, and I'll say 5 watts. We'll charge at 5 watts, and then you just long press it, and then boom, it's charging. And what's cool is it's charging it faster than these stupid little things, and it's telling you how far it is in 25% increments. So really cool, right? And then you're like, okay, yeah, but what about my big batteries? And I say, okay, I'm going to charge this thing fast, 20 watts, and then boom, $50 at Spectrum. I'll have a link in the description. If you are part of their loyalty member program, you get 10%, 20% off on all their LiPos and their chargers, including this. So it's going to be $40. I think it's available at AMT. I'll link both in the description, and it'll help us out. But on with a cool video. So here is our little vehicle right here. It is the Scout 2. It is crazy detailed like you've never seen before. And where I'm going to show you how we put it on, how it's mounted, what wheels. We were able to put some other wheels on it. And it's really a fascinating world because this is really cool, but what's even cooler is the world that it opens up, that the SCX30 and the small scale world opens up. And I'm going to run it too. All right, so this model right here is the AMT 1977 International Harvester Scout 1/25th scale, only $32 at Amazon. It doesn't say it's wheelbase. Unfortunately, for a lot of these vehicles, it just says the scale, so you can probably do the math yourself by a little Googling. But has a video right here. Do they assemble it? Oh, they just spin it around. Okay. We did copy the paint. Randy and his brother painted it. And then, you know, this is kind of old school retro. I think he says some people still make the new ones, but it is very detailed. It is a hard body. It's got an interior. It has a chassis too, but we're not using the chassis here. We're using the chassis of the SCX30. I'm going to show you that in a second. So, semi-tractor, 1/25th scale, over 53 parts just for the body. Skill rating 2, ages 10 plus. It is something that you put together yourself, you paint it yourself, and AMT. And then the other thing I want to show you guys, so there's reviews too of how people found working with it, is I want to show you guys is the a whole line from AMT. So you just got to find out what fits. So relive iconic vehicles, car model kits, truck. Let's go to trucks. So he says the whole world just opened up, you know, with a bevy of parts. So we have some Kenworth, $54 for an 18-wheeler. Imagine putting an 18-wheeler on this thing. So now we can merge the world of model cars and chassis from these crawlers like Axial and make some creation. So it opens up a whole new world. You just got to figure out how to mount it and if the wheelbases match. So currently, you know, we weren't able to change the wheelbase of our SCX30 vehicle, but maybe it's a possibility in the future. I'm sure people will do other links. Maybe you can swap the front and rear links of this guy. But before I jump onto the car, I'm going to show you guys the bevy of manufacturers. So here's 20 scale model manufacturers that make small scale cars. So AMT, that's what we have here, 1/25th and 1/24th. Classic American cars. Oh, I like that. So every country has their own kind of specialty that they work on. So Revell, I used to play with Revell when I was a kid. 1/24th, 1/25th, 1/18th. Tamiya, Hasegawa, Aoshima, MPC, 1/25th, 1/16th. Yatming. Oh, it'd be cool if I can compile all these guys. Poacher, Academy, Raleri, Lindbergh, Monogram from Monogram from United States. So now I think you get the idea, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are more knowledgeable than me on this world. Okay, so here is the vehicle right here. So no lights, but fascinating interior, hard body, like I said. And check this out. The SCX30 is such a great chassis that, look at that, the full extension, and then boom, you know, sag, has a lot of flex, damped shocks. And then I'm going to show you guys how we mounted this. So this is the SCX30 vehicle right here, and it's mounted two ways, and Randy had a better idea. So this thing, we just took out the lights of the SCX30, boom, boom, and then it revealed a couple holes in there. And what we did is this kind of interior is just made just two plates, just two simple plates here and there, mount into the light holes with two screws on each end, and then boom, it's as solid as a rock. And this thing just slots in. This can be affixed with some magnets. And then, once Randy got it done, he says, oh, you know what? I could just have magnet mounted that thing. Put some magnets on the light mounts, magnets on the body, and then the whole thing is just easier to deal with. As it is, it's a little tough right now. I have 4 screws before I can charge the battery, or I can just stick out the wire here. All right, so fascinating, huh? Fascinating. Interior. Check out the interior on this guy. Kind of mind-blowing. So the modification on this International Harvester Scout is the interior was raised, the floorboard was raised just a little bit, just so it clears the battery and the motor and the drivetrain. But it fits quite well. The suspension was tuned, so it'll have a little bit of a sag. And it's not that heavy, And here is the Jeep compared to the Scout 2. And this looks good, but this looks even better. Love it. All right, so let me turn it on and show you guys some running video. And I do have what might be the perfect venue running thing for this, which is this thing from Kyosho. And you can see just how well sorted this SCX30 is. I can't wait for you guys to get it because it works really well. All right, so boom, boom. The fact that it has a switch here at the bottom is really cool. And just to give it a different look on the wheels and tires, we found out that the wheels from Orlandoo, 1/32 scale, fit quite well. We just used the stock tires, glued them on, and then boom, we got something going on. Look how good that servo is. And then, tell you the truth, on these little Kyosho boards, this scale actually works a little bit better. And the fact that it's damped, the articulation is so good. And it really has no problem. Try and get some steep side. And you can stack these Kyosho boards together, make it steeper and whatnot. Oh man, too easy, huh? Too easy. And it's a true desktop crawler. Sometimes the 1/18 is too big for your desk. This one, just the right size. All right, this is about the steepest that I can find. Boom, but I love the, I love the articulation, how deliberate it is with its movements, how nice the torque is. It's real crawling. Hung up, boom, boom. Boom. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? So we'll do more on this vehicle. I think we're gonna get more SCX30s soon from Axial. They're excited about this project too, but they've really opened up the possibilities of look how it kind of settled down because it has shocks. How they've opened up the world of models just by shrinking their offering, the SCX30. And so much flex, so much articulation. Looks a whole lot better than my 1/10 scale Scout. Flipped it over. No lights, but I'll show you guys some detailed photos of the mount on this guy. I asked Randy, "Are you gonna sell that 3D print of those mounts?" And he goes, "No, there's nothing really. It's just two sheet plastic bars of styrene that he just glued on and then glued on and screwed on. Nothing 3D printed on this one, but shows you the possibility of models and the SCX30 and maybe that new Red Cat too, the 1/32 scale from Red Cat. All right, everybody, thanks a ton. Hope you are as pumped about this as we are. Thanks a ton, everyone.